Hello, hello, Pilates people. Lindsay here with a quick 20-minute arm focused workout. So it's not just strength, though you will be getting some strength work in. It's also some mobility work, some opening up through our chest, through our shoulders. Really great work for anyone who spends a lot of time hunched over their computer, over their phone, over a baby, a grandbaby. Anyone who spends a lot of time in this forward position, most people in our society do these days. And so for most people, this workout's going to be great. So thanks for joining me. Before we go anywhere else, I just want to say how proud I am of you for making the time to take care of yourself, because when you take care of yourself, you are better able to show up for the people and causes that matter most to you. And that's what the world needs right now. So that's what the world needs. You're here, you're doing it. Here's what you need for class. You need a mat. I have some blankets to work as sliders with my hands. You could use paper plates if you're on a carpeted surface. You could also use socks on your hands if you don't have blankets, something along those lines. I have a strap. You could substitute a belt. The original, like the OG yogis actually called these belts and used belts instead of cotton straps like we have nowadays. I also have a set of 3-pound weights. You can substitute water bottles. You can substitute canned goods. You also, if you happen to have hand weights laying around, can use hand weights. We have 3-pound weights in the studio, and so that's what I am using today. So once you've got all of your accoutrement set up, we're going to start with a little bit of breathing. Your breath is very related to your neck and your shoulders. Our respiration, our breath, is assisted by the muscles in our neck and our shoulders. And so sometimes when we're tight, it's because we've been breathing in too shallow a way. So we're going to start with breath and get everything moving, everything loosened up a little bit. So bring your hands to the sides of your body, fingertips around the front, thumbs around the back. So you're wrapping your bottom ribs. And then once you've done that, settle into your seat a little bit deeper, relax your outer hips. And then if it feels good to you, soften your gaze or close your eyes. And then take just a couple of natural rounds of breath here. And as you take these first couple rounds of breath, start to settle into this being your time. I get you to tune out the distractions that are around you right now. And really honoring this time and space that you made for yourself. Good. After these first couple of breaths, check back in to make sure your spine is stacked. Many of us have a tendency to lean forward because of the fast-paced world that we live in. So you might shift your shoulders back and just see what it would be like to really stack your shoulders over your hips. Once you've done that, start to breathe more deeply into the sides of your ribcage so that you expand the bottoms of your ribs, the sides of your lungs out into your hands. So your hands are literally moving out to the sides and then back in as you breathe. And as you do this, I invite you to breathe in a way that doesn't introduce more tension. So only expand to a capacity that feels right. And then soften as you breathe out. And then once you've found the deepest side expansion that feels good for you in your body today, I invite you to smooth out the inhale, smooth out the exhale. One of the main Pilates principles, so when we're staying true to the work, it means we're following the principles that Joseph Pilates set out. One of the main principles is breathing. I think there's a direct quote that he said, breathing is everything. It's our foundation. It impacts everything that we do. So we're taking a little bit of time right now to settle into that, to smooth that out. A couple more breaths here, just 3 more. Good, one more like that. Good. And then if your eyes are closed, slowly bring them back into the room. Take your arms out to the side, spin your palms to face up, and then start small circles. And just notice if you've got any popping or clicking or any discomfort. If you do, you'll lower your hands a little bit and then bring them slightly forward in front of your body. And just make sure that your palms and your elbow creases are turned up towards the ceiling. Good. As you move your arms, can you draw your core in so that no part of your body is moving? It's just your arms. It's really easy to start to try to get our rib cage involved and do some crazy things here. What if you held your powerhouse nice, steady, and stable, soften through your legs as you moved your arms? Good, good, good. All right. Reverse the direction of your arm circles. Still palms and elbows facing up. Good, and just notice if reversing the direction brought any discomfort into the front top of your shoulder, you might lower your arms and bring them in front of you again if that did start to bother. Good. How stable are you keeping your core? Are you able to stay anchored and evenly weighted through both sits bones? Are you still drawing your front body into your back body? That's the way. Good. All right, about 10 more seconds here. It doesn't take much to start to fatigue the muscles of the shoulders, right? Is anyone else feeling this? Are you feeling this? Yeah? Okay. Good job, you. All right, 3, 2, 1. Pause, spin one palm to face down, one palm to spin up, and then twist a little deeper and rotate towards your palm that was facing up, and then switch. So you go one palm down behind you, one palm up behind you, and then keep alternating like that. Open up a little bit more through your collarbones, soften through your neck and your jaw. Allow your eyes to soften. There's a connection between our eyes and the muscles in our neck. And so the softer we can make our eyes, the less vigilant, almost less in fight or flight our eyes can be, the softer our neck can be. That's like one of my favorite anatomy facts in the world, y'all. Cool, you got one more each way. Good, 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 good. All right, come back to neutral, lower your arms, grab your strap, and then if you're seated cross-legged, switch the cross of your legs, unwind your strap. And here's my favorite strap tip. If you have one that has like a clicky end, if you hold close to the clicky end in your hand, it's not gonna smack the floor and make all kinds of noise. So hold the strap wider than shoulder distance apart, draw your front body into your back body, lift your arms up, and then exhale, start to take your arms back. Inhale up through center. Exhale, lower your arms down in front of you. Good. Can you do this without letting your ribs flare? So this is also core work. This is also the work of keeping your legs relaxed, outer hips relaxed. Good. One of the other core Pilates principles, tenets, is relaxation. And there are a lot of different interpretations of that, right? There's taking the time to relax, taking the time to rest, taking time to play, to have fun. Then there's also the using the right amount of work, using the proper body parts to drive the movements instead of making everything tense. There should be a little bit of flow and a little bit of playfulness and ease in your movement. Good, good, good. All right, so ribs are still drawing in. We take our arms back, we pause, we stay. Find any point that feels a little bit sticky and just take 3 really deep breaths. Imagine your hands are on the sides of your ribs again. That's it. Last time like that. Good, and then slowly lift your arms up through center. Pause here, side bend towards your right. So make sure that you're side bending evenly through the front and back of your heart. Another way to think about that is this is a side bend and not a lean or a twist. And then pull yourself up through center and then side bend to the other direction. Good, good, good. Inhale up, exhale over. Keep tension on the rope. Inhale up, exhale over, tension on the strap. Can you tell I primarily teach equipment-based Pilates? Inhale up, exhale over. Inhale up, exhale over. And then inhale, bring yourself up through center, and then get a little loose with this. So start to make any motions or movements that would feel good with the strap. I like to make a giant figure 8. You might do that. You might make some giant circles around. You just decide what's going to feel good to you. Play around a little bit, kind of find that relaxation principle. Good. Good. Come back to this time. Come back to this time. the opportunity to play around, to be in your body, if you immediately took that as a like, oh, okay, can I check out of this now? Should I go check what's cooking for dinner? Should I check my laundry? I invite you back into this movement, back to what you need. All right, find that, release that. You can set your strap off to the side and then come over to an all fours position. So start with your hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips, and then take some cat cows. Inhale to arch, look up. Exhale to tuck your tail, tuck your chin, look at your belly button. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Inhale, come to a pause, and then start to peel your fingers up and then place them down turned out. So peel from your palm through each joint of your fingers up, and then through your finger pad, through every single one of the joints in your hand, peel up and place down. Your goal is to start to turn your fingers back to face you. So your elbow creases will face forward. Depending on your flexibility, your fingers might face back. They might not. Mine don't, and that's okay. Retone your core, and if you've got a big arch in your back, and draw your belly in, get a little longer, and then start to make some circles. Keep your elbows straight as you circle your shoulders around your wrists. And then reverse your direction. We're warming our wrists up before we start to weight bear in them. One more circle in this direction, and then pause at neutral. Start to peel your fingers back up, turning them back out. We'll take 3 to 4 peels up and placements down. So you're really articulating through all of the little stabilizers, all of the little joints in your palm, your fingers, your hands, and your wrists. All right, come all the way back forward. Good. Once you're there, flip your right fingertips to face back. Place gentle pressure on the top of your hand. Keep your right arm straight. Maybe start to sink your hips back if you need a little bit more stretch through the top of your hand, top of your arm. Our wrist extensors are what support our hands while we're typing, and so this tends to be pretty tight on most folks. Good, come back forward, slowly and gently reconnect your right palm to your mat, and then switch sides. Tuck your left fingertips back towards you so your palm faces in and up, and then find your stretch here. Good. Gently come up through center, placing both hands down, and then pause here. We'll do a little bit of plank prop work. So your job is to keep your shoulders stacked right over your wrists with soft elbows, and then keep your hips stable and stacked, belly button in. Reach your right toes back to the floor, keeping everything stable and still. Push down so much that you can float your left leg up. Pause. Then without letting anything move, your hip shift or your shoulders hip, put your right knee down, and then put your left knee down, and then we'll switch sides. Reach your left foot back, reach your right foot back. Left knee down, right knee down. Lead with right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left. Last time, left, right, left, right. Good. Pause. Decide if you'd like to take your plank with your knees down or your knees up. Both are fantastic. And then grab a weight and put it in front of your right hand. So find plank, knees up or knees down. And then your job is to pass the weight underneath you. So you're going to grab the weight with your right hand, bring it underneath your left hand, put it outside of it, and then switch. We'll pass under, and then we'll pass over. So now I've got the weight in my right hand. I'm going to place it outside the top of my left hand. And then I'm going to grab it with my left hand, take it to the outside of my right hand. Good. Now pass under. Good. Your job is to rock as little side to side as you can. And then pass over. Good. Pass under. Pass over. Good. One more set. Pass under. Hug the muscles of your legs to the bone, pass over. This is it. Pass over, pause in your plank. Good, holding nice, stable, and still. Grip the mat with your finger pads. Shift your weight forward on your toes or your knees, shift back. Forward, back. So you're holding one long line from your knees through the crown of your head, toes through the crown of your head, and shifting your weight forward and backwards in your wrists. This is shoulder stabilization. It's also lots of core work. All right, you've got 10 more seconds here. I've shown what it looks like up on your knees or up on your, with knees up. This is what it looks like knees down. Good, 3, 2, 1, set your knees down. Press your hips back just for a second and then come back up. Good. Grab your sliders. Those could be blankets or not, or paper plates, whatever you've got. And then bring your hands, and you can stay right where you are, hands at the top of your mat. Press your arms down into the blankets or into the sliders. Reach one hand forward as you pull your opposite hand in, look towards your bent elbow. Come back to center and switch. And back up and switch. So your goal right now is some integration in the front of your shoulder. So if you press down with your hands, you'll likely feel that. And then also a lot of rotation in the spine between your shoulder blades, your thoracic spine. So see what you can do as you move to target those goals. Make sure you're drawing your ribs in, scooping your belly button up. Good, one more each side, one more twist each side. And then pause with your hands under your shoulders, knees underneath your hips, and then we'll take this into a little bit more stabilization work. So keeping your hips right where they are, press out, keep pushing down, and then scoop back in. If you keep your hips stable, push down with your shins, that will isolate the work in your core and your upper body. Good. Good, that's it, that's it. Push down with your shins, scoop with your core, belly button in and up, push down actively with your hands. What if you pushed a little more with the pinky edge side? This is lats, this is shoulders. Good. All right, the next time you press out, stay out. Maybe lower your forehead to the floor. Release some of the pressure in your hands so you can just enjoy the stretch. If your forehead is really far away from the floor, you can either let it hang if that's comfortable, or you can bring a block or a little pillow cushion underneath it. Good. Slowly scoop yourself back in and then have a seat. Grab your weights, bring them with you. We're headed towards a saw variation. So for now, just set the weights on either side of your hips. Reach your legs out long, flex through your feet. Sit up tall so you're on the tops of your sits bones. Reach your arms out to the side. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, twist towards your right. Reach your left pinky finger beyond your right pinky toe. Scoop through your core. And then sit back up, restack your spine. Exhale, twist, reach. Inhale, sit back up. Good, that's the work. As you twist and reach, can you scoop through your core? So it's like you're taking your waistline back. Press actively down with your legs. Maybe turn your gaze to look at your back hand. Good, one more time without the weights. Good, and then grab the weights, open your arms out to the side. We'll go palms facing down and then start small circles. Just like we did at the beginning when we were warming up, small circles. Good. Reverse your circles. If this starts to feel like too much, keeping your arms lifted out to the side, you can always bend your elbows to a 90-degree position. Here's where we're headed next. Saw, can you keep your arms up? Breathe in. As you breathe out, twist, reach the weight beyond. and then sit back up. Good, twist, reach the weight beyond, and sit back up. That's the work, twist, reach. Sit up, twist, reach. Don't lose the scoop in your core, the articulation of stacking from bottom to top as you untwist. Anyone else's arms tired? Good. You've got one more each direction. Good, last time to the right. Last time to the left. Good, and then lower your arms. Give yourself a little roll out. Draw your legs to face one another. And then we'll head down for series of 5. So breathe in at the top. I'm gonna fix my hair clip because who even knows what a good Pilates hairstyle is? Breathe in to get ready. Breathe out, articulate your spine down one vertebra at a time. Stay broad through your chest. Real nice and broad through your chest. We hit the bottom. Breathe in. Breathe out, float your legs to a tabletop position, arms up towards the ceiling. Inhale here. As you exhale, ab curl up, draw your right leg in, left leg long. Pause to get this set up well. So bring your left hand to the inside of your right knee, right hand to the outside of your right ankle. Make sure that your leg is straight, parallel to the long edge of your mat. Stay up at your highest curl the whole entirety of the series. Breathe in, breathe out, switch, and switch, and switch, and switch. Let's add some work with our breath. So it's sniff, sniff, press out, out. Use the breath to help you. In, out, out, draw both knees in. Good, double leg stretch. Inhale, reach your arms and legs long. Exhale, sweep your arms around as you pull your knees back in. Inhale, reach. Exhale, scoop. Inhale, reach. Exhale, scoop. Inhale, reach. Set your head, neck, and shoulders down if they need a rest. Inhale, exhale, 2, 1. Good. Single straight leg stretch. Right leg up, left leg long. Pulse, pulse, switch. Pulse, pulse, switch. Pulse, pulse, switch. Pulse, pulse, switch. That's the work. We'll add the sniff, sniff, blow, blow here. Here we go. In, out, out. Good. One more each side. Good. Pull both knees in. Bring your hands behind your head. Stay up high. Reach your hands towards the ceiling 5 times. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. 4, 3, 2. Last one. Good. Pull your knees in, crisscross. Bring your left elbow to your right knee. Extend your left leg long and switch, and switch, and switch. Add the breath in, out, out. Curl higher. Two more each side. Pause, bring your legs in, inhale, and then exhale, lower down and rest. Take your arms wide out to the side like a T, feet as wide as your mat. Windshield wiper back and forth. As you windshield wiper your knees, stay focused on broadening through your collarbones, keeping your shoulders heavy on the floor. Good. And then the next time that your knees come up, draw them in towards your chest. We are rolling like a ball to get up. Take your knees slightly apart. Take a breath in to prepare. And then as you breathe out, roll back up. Catch yourself on your sits bones. Inhale, roll back. Exhale, roll up. Good. Remember, balls don't have flat spots. So can you stay in the roll the whole way? Good. You've got 2. Roll up. Come all the way over to all fours, cross your shins, roll up to a big transition. Good. All right, grab your hand weights, sit, organize yourself. So reach your right leg back, turn your right toes out. So we're in a modified side plank. Grab one or both weights and reach your right arm up overhead. Good. So that's your work here. Bend your elbow, straighten your elbow. The more you resist on the way down, the more tricep work you get here. If you'd like to take this up a notch, you'll hover your right leg parallel to the floor. If you'd like to take this up another notch, as you bend your elbow in, you'll bring your elbow and your knee together and then reach back out. Good, you've got 9. Any version that you picked is good. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull it in, step your right foot down, grab a weight in either hand, and then hinging forward from your hips. So you've got kind of a long line from your tail through the crown of your head. Straighten your elbows, bend your elbows. So this is a tricep kickback and a bicep curl all at the same time. It's also loading your front glutes. You're getting a little bit more work there. If you squeeze your right heel back towards you, squeeze your left knee in towards that, you get a little extra work, little bonus work in the back of your right leg. We're being intentional in our programming. We had it lifted to fatigue it, and now we're loading it. Good. 3, 2, 1. Sit yourself up, lift your elbows parallel to the floor, overhead press up and down, up and down. Keep squeezing your front heel back. Can you keep your elbows as high as your shoulders? I know my right arm's a little tighter than my left arm too. We're gonna get to do all this on the other side though. 3, 2, 1. Pause, spin your palms to face forward, lower your hands back to the floor, step back to your all fours. I'm gonna turn to face you. You stay right where you are, reach your left leg back behind you, turn your left toes out, lift your left elbow for modified side plank. Good. Bend and straighten at your elbow, top elbow. Resist on the way down, press up on the way up. If you'd like to add on to this, float your left leg parallel to the floor. Good, make sure you're lifting up and off of your right thigh. Use your right glutes to help with that. If you'd like to add on from here, as you bend your elbow, pull your left knee to your left elbow and then kick out as you reach up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause with your knee in, turn to face the top of your mat, put your left foot down, squeeze your left heel, your right knee towards one another, reach your arms behind you, float your spine long, bend your elbows, straighten your elbows for bicep curl, tricep kickback. Make sure that there's length in the back of your neck, that you're breathing. Maybe squeeze your left heel back towards you just a little bit more. Good. Last time, bend your elbows in, stack your spine, reach up to a 90-degree position so elbows are in front of your shoulders, hands up towards the ceiling, overhead press and resist down. Overhead press, resist down. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause, spin your palms forward, slowly lower. Good, reverse flies and you're out of here, my friends. Step so that you're balancing on your knees. If your knees have gotten sensitive at any point in time during this, you could slide a pad under it. You could double your mat up. I'm gonna triple my mat up just for a little bit more support. Start in a Pilates V stance here, so heels together, toes slightly apart. Squeeze your heels together to open through the front of your hips. Use your glutes to help with this. Bend your elbows in. Hinge forward from your hips. Set your hips back so they're not sitting on, but they're hovering above. So your legs are nice and active. Lower your hands down towards the floor, palms facing in, and then open and lower. Open and lower. So you're taking your arms out and resisting gravity on the way down. That's it. As you open and lower, can you keep drawing your front body into your back body, just like you did at the beginning of class when we were working on our mobility and sneaky core work? Are you still squeezing your heels? Are you still engaging your glutes? Are your quads working? Good. This is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Release the weights down to the floor. Sit yourself up. Keep your hips stacked over your knees. Bring your hands to your low back with your fingertips facing up. Wrap your shoulders back. Lift through your chest. Start to arch yourself up and back. We're stealing a camel pose from yoga just to open ourselves up before we move on with our day. Lift your collarbones. Take some deep breaths into your front body. Good. And then inhale, restack your spine. Exhale, have a seat. Extend your legs forward. Take a breath in, reach up. And then as you breathe out, fold forward over your legs. Relax through your back body. Relax through the space between your shoulder blades. Enjoy a stretch to the backs of your legs. And then inhale, sit yourself all the way up. And you have done it, my friends. Good work. Well done. I think that put us closer to a little bit longer of a class, but I'm hopeful that it was worth it for you. You got lots of mobility to complement the strength work that we ended on, and lots and lots of opening through the front of your body. So thanks for being here. Thanks for taking care of yourself. Go take care of all the people and the causes that matter most to you. Bye, y'all.